we're put into rest for the time being, the hip bridges on the ground. I love them, so they'll be back again in the future. Just need some water, light weights. I'm using 3-pound weights and a TheraBand. If you don't have anything, that is completely fine. I will give you options on how to do it without weights. And for most of the exercises, I will give you an option if I will give you one easy option and a hard option. So let's get started, and we're just going to do our normal warm up. So we're just going to start marching in place. And we're like the Brady Bunch here. And take your march out wide. And bring it back in. And bring it up a little higher, opposite knee to hand. And let's just rock in place. Bring your arms out wide to the back and to the front. We're just rocking our feet in place a little bit, getting our shoulders warmed up, our upper back, and our chest warmed up. And let's take that rock up on our toes a little bit for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's just do some heel kicks in the front. And now do toe taps in the front. Excuse me. All right, let's switch to some kickbacks, getting our glutes and our hamstring warmed up, since we do a lot of glute and hip work. And let's circle to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And to the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And shoulder rolls to the front for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and to the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to start with posture as we do every week. So your feet are about hip width apart, toes pointing forward, standing nice and tall, belly button pulled in, plumb line pulling you straight up from the center of your head, one hand behind your head, the other on your chin. Push your chin back into the hand that's in the back. Your chin is parallel to the ground, so your head is sitting nicely on your shoulder. Your ears are over your shoulder is over your hips over your knee, and your knees over your ankle. Your belly button's tight, your shoulder blades are down and relaxed, pointing towards your back pocket. So let's sit, and we're going to warm up our ankles a little bit. So we're going to point and flex for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and circle out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and circle in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So as we've been doing for the past few weeks, we have broken down our sits to stand into 3 different components. So the first one, starting with your feet about hip width apart, sitting up nice and straight. Even in this position, you are still paying attention to your posture. So your belly button's pulled in nice and tight. We're going to do 5 reps using our arms. So standing up for 1, sitting nice and soft, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the second set of 5 will be taking the arms out. If this is hard, continue to do the ones with the using your arms. So we're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the last bit on 5 on each side, you're going to have your toe pointed on the floor. If this is too hard for you, continue to do the regular. We're offsetting a little bit so that your weight, the majority of your weight, about 70%, will be on one leg. So your knee is going to stay bent. You're on my right foot, I'm going to be on my toes as I do the sit to stand. So you can see from the side that my knees bend. And 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's switch to the other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So last week I did squats with a rotation, and I'm going to add another element to our squats today. So before we start, I just want to demonstrate for you. So your feet should be about shoulder width or a little bit wider, and we're doing a squat with a rotation. So the element that I'm going to add a reach. So it's a squat, rotate, come back to the front, and reach. Let me do that a couple more times. Squat, rotate, come back, and reach. Squat, rotate, come back to the front, and reach as if you're reaching for something on a high cabinet shelf. Okay, so let's start. We're going to do 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I should add, if that is hard for you, continue to do your regular squats. You don't have to do the variations that I'm doing. So we're supersetting that with, and you should feel like I do right now, your heart rate going up a little bit. So it's a little bit of a high intensity workout also. So we're doing calf raises, rising up on your toes, and heel rocks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it out. That is definitely high intensity. I did feel my heart rate going up in that one. So let's do that again. Once again, if that is too hard for you, just do a regular squat. Or you could just do more reps in a regular squat because it does take a little bit longer. So let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, you guys look good. So let's do our last set of calf raises and heel rocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the next thing we're going to do are side leg lifts with the rear leg lifts. We're going to superset that. So we're going to start off. If you can do this without holding on, go ahead and challenge yourself, but make sure you're within arm's reach of your chair in case you do need to hold on. And even just a couple of fingertips will give you some stability. So let's start. 1, belly button pulled in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's stay on the same leg for the rear leg lifts. I'm going to do it sideways so you can see what I'm doing. And 1, squeezing your glutes as you bring your leg back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to stay upright as much as possible. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's switch over to the other side. And those of you that I can see, you guys look great. So let's do the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And rear leg lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last week I added another element to this section of the routine. We did a V swing. Last week I did it. It's a core workout. Works on your trunk, your obliques. And I'm going to use weights this week, very light weights. Or you could definitely do this without weights. So we're going to start. Your feet are nice and solid on the ground. Your hips are bent. You're not going to twist your hips so much. You're going to just let them go with you a little bit. They should stay to the front as much as possible. So we're going to start off by just moving the weight over to the side. You're bringing it up front, shoulder height, and to the other side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your head follows your arm. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is a deliberate movement. When we're doing this, we're not swinging. We're moving it deliberately from side to side. Okay, so we will do another set of that in a little bit. And let's go back to our side leg lifts. So if you can do it without holding on, challenge yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And rear leg lifts. 1, contract your glutes when you bring your legs back. 2, belly button nice and tight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's move off to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last side for rear leg lifts. 1, contract your glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of V swings. So once again, your feet nice and solid on the ground, your hips tucked back. Started in front, we're going to move to one side and then up to shoulder height and down to the other side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and for the next, we're going to sit. We're going to do chest press and scapular retractions. So let's sit for that one. Or you could stand if you want, whatever is comfortable for you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is the W. So your elbows are going to be at your side. You're going to hold the band at chest height. If you don't have anything, or if you just have weights, you could also just use the weights or just your body. And as you pull out, pull your arms out, squeeze your shoulder blades together. If you have the straps, or if you have the bands or weights, hold them about chest height. Your elbows stay at your side, they don't fly out. and pull out and squeeze your shoulder blades together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's superset that with chest press. So you have the band under your arms, elbows about shoulder height. You could do this with weights, or you could do this with just your hands pushing forward as if you're pushing through water. So your elbows are shoulder height or a little bit below. Your hands are chest height and you're pushing forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the second set of scapular retractions, we're going to do a T. So your arms are going to be straight out at a little bit below shoulder height. And as you pull out, you squeeze your shoulder blades together. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And shake your shoulders out a little bit. And we're going to do our last set of the chest press. Ready? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And tell Martin I said hi, Sugar. I just saw him walk by. And so now we're moving on to lunges with a high knee. And Shiggy, since you have not been here for a while, I'm going to demonstrate what we've been doing. We've been lunging back to a high knee. If that is too hard, we could do a big step back to a high knee, or a step back and just bring it back next to the other leg. Choose the one that is comfortable for you. And we're going to do 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch over to the other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do front shoulder raises to a lateral raise. So the first set I'm going to do without weights, and the second set I'll use weights. So standing nice and tall, belly button pulled in, shoulders are down. You're going to bring your arms up to about shoulder height, out to the side, and down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it out, and we're going to go and do our last set of lunges. So once again, if a big step back is okay for you, you do not have to bend your knee. Do what is comfortable for you. So also pay attention to posture while you're doing this. Your belly button should still be pulled in and you're not looking down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And for the last side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And for the last set of the front shoulder raises, I'm going to use weights. So stand in nice and tall, belly button pulled in. You can bend your knees a little bit. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's put this aside. And we're going to go on to one of my favorites. We're going to do stepping over the sleeping dog. It's an exaggerated lunge, front lunge and side lunge to practice a lot of balance things like getting into a car, balance and fall prevention, I should say. Getting into a car, getting into a bathtub, avoiding obstacles, avoiding your pets. So it's a high step, front and back, and side and back. So I'm going to start in the front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's move over to the other side. Starting in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we are supersetting this with slow march and bicep curls. So standing nice and tall, elbows at your side. we're going to do alternated bicep curls and slow marches. So I'm going to start with my right hand and my left knee. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do a tandem stance. So I'm adding a third exercise to some of my routines since I changed things up. So this time, my right heel is touching my right toe. So standing nice and tall, belly button pulled in will really help, shoulders down. We're going to just do this for a 10 count, but we're going to move our arms around to challenge our balance. So 1, any direction that you want. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and let's do our second set of stepping over to sleeping dog. Actually, this is a good time for a water break. Let's do that. And so let's do the second set. Let's start going from the side this time. So stepping out to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And move over to the other side and stepping out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our second set of biceps and high knees. I'll let you get your weights. Are you ready? So this time I'm going to start with my left hand on my right knee. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's do our last set of tandem stance. This time my left foot is in front, good balance, belly button pulled in nice and tall, shoulder blades down and relaxed. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so since you're in the balance mood, let's do some more balance stuff. So strictly balance stuff, not necessarily strength. So we're going to start off with braiding, which we've been doing for the past few weeks. And it's like, for those of you who are new, it's like doing a grapevine in an aerobics class. The steps are much smaller. So we're going to Standing nice and tall, you're not looking down at your feet. Your right foot is going to go over your left foot, bringing the left foot around, right foot behind, right foot in front, right foot behind, and right foot in front. And this time we're going to start off going back with our left foot behind, left foot in front, left foot behind, and left foot in front. Let's do that one more time. We're going to start off with our left foot going in front, going behind, going in front, going behind, and right foot in front, going back, right foot behind, in front, and right foot behind. So we are now going to move on to a tandem walk. Last week I changed it. So instead of our usual tandem walk, which you can do if you find the knee lifts hard for you, make sure you're within an arm's length of your chair. We're going to do a high knee in front. Pretend that there's a balance beam or a railroad tie, and you're going to stay on that. But you're bringing your knee up high as you do that, challenging your balance a little bit. So we're only going to do a few, and then we're going to go back. Don't look down at your feet. All right, let's try that again. So I'm going to go forward, just a few steps. So now let's go back. And I think that's all I have room for. So we're going to move on to, we're going to do a high knee with a twist. If you have any spine issue, you don't have to do the twist. You could just do the high knee part of it. And we're going to do 10, and we're going to superset this with tricep kickbacks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And grab your weights, or if you don't have weights, you could definitely do this without weights. You will feel it if your form is correct. So I'm bent at the knee, bent at the hip. My elbows are bent close to my side, and I'm just going to extend my arms back. My elbows really don't move from where they are. Nice flat back. I think that's about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And put the weights off to the side. We're going to do our last set of high knee with a twist. You guys ready? Okay. 1, if you could do it without holding on, challenge yourself. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's move on to the last side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And for the last set of triceps, I'm going to do a pulse instead of a tricep kickback. You're in the same position, your arms are straight, right behind you, and you're just going to pulse back. Ready? You're just going to pulse back for 10. 1, good form. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you can put the weights off to the side. Even though it's winter, it's hot in my apartment. So before we get to stretching, we have one last thing to do. We're going to do a single leg stance, 10 count. You could have your knee in front, to the side, or to the back, whichever one you want to do. I'm going to start off with my knee in front for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For those of you who have, that's hard to do, you could even do a kickstand. So one side is holding most of the weight. It will give you a balance challenge, or even just a finger on your chair. So let's do the last side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's shake it out. So now we're at my favorite part, which is stretch. So we're going to start off by sitting down. We're going to stretch our hamstrings and our calves. So one leg out, your foot is flexed. The more your foot is flexed, the more stretch you will feel in your calf. And you're going to lean forward. If you could reach your toes, just pull them a little bit towards your face. And switch sides. And sit up, so you're sitting up nice and straight. We're going to do a hip stretch. If you have knee issues or hip issues, the option is to just cross your leg at your shin and pull gently on the outside of your knee or all the way over on top of your knee. If you can do the figure 4 stretch, cross all the way over, push gently on the inside of your knee and lean forward. You should feel the stretch in the hip of the leg that's on top. And switch over to the other side. And let's stretch our lower back. So sit in securely on your chair, have your legs fairly wide, and your belly button pulled in. You're going to just lean forward. You should feel a gentle stretch. Don't arch your back or around your back. It should be flat in your lower back. And walk your hands over to one foot. You should feel a stretch in the side of your lower back. Walk over to the other foot. And slowly roll up. So I've changed a little bit. I'm doing my hip flexor stretch standing up. So hold on to the chair. One leg back. You're pointing, you're pushing this, the leg that's back, you're pushing that hip forward. That same side, your arms up, and you're just turning away from that leg. And let's move over to the other side. Same thing. That leg back. Arm up. And you just turn it away from that leg. And stand up. Let's stretch our back. This is a good posterior stretch. It stretches your back, your glutes, and your hamstrings. So hand on the chair, knees slightly bent, and you're just pushing your hips away from your hands. You're not pulling, you're just pushing away from your hands. And gently stand up. And let's stretch our shoulders, one arm across, pull in gently, make sure your shoulders are down and they're not up by your ears. And switch to the other side. Okay, let's stretch our triceps. Hand bent behind your head and pull in gently on your elbow. And switch over to the other elbow. Okay, I like to stretch our forearm and our wrists because we're using our computers a lot. So hand out in front, bent, just push gently on the top of your hand. And turn your hand up, push gently on your palm. Switch to the other hand. And on your palm. So let's face front. We're going to stretch our neck. So standing nice and tall, belly button pulled in, shoulders down. Your shoulders are facing forward and turning to the right. Just looking straight ahead. And now look down. You should feel a little bit more of a stretch in your neck. And to the other side. And look down. So roll our shoulders forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to end how we start with posture. So feet parallel, toes pointing forwards, belly button pulled in. Standing very tall, plumb line pulling you straight up, one hand behind your head, the other on your chin, push your chin into the back. The hand that's in the back, your chin is parallel to the ground. Your ears are over your shoulders over your hips over your knee, and your knees are over your ankles. Belly button's nice and tight, and your shoulders are down and relaxed in the back. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was great seeing all of you, great seeing the faces, and have a great weekend and see you next week. Take care.